fire and ash. In the last story, Jake's son was killed. Everyone is mourning his loss. Jake's wife now hates humans a lot because it was their fault that their son died. They also know humans will attack them again. So, Jake digs up all the weapons that were buried underwater after the last war and brings them to the leader with his family. But the leader isn't happy at all. He says many of their comrades have died. This is a time for mourning, and you're gathering weapons. But Jack and everyone else knows that humans will attack again soon. Jack is preparing for that war. Meanwhile, we see the colonel and captain who survived the last battle, and now they're ready to attack the navies again with full force. They notice there aren't any dead Navi bodies in the sea. This makes them even angrier. They realize that most of the navies must have survived. Meanwhile, Jake's wife, still deep in grief, sees a lot of flying. The merchant ships have arrived. She decides, along with Jack, that they will send the colonel's son, Spider, back to the human spaceship because the atmosphere here isn't good for him. Sometimes, when his meat battery runs out, he struggles a lot to breathe. Jack's kids aren't okay with this. He explains that he has to go. This is my decision. Then he talks to the leader of the merchants, who at first doesn't want to take them along but later agrees to Jack's request. Actually, Jake wants to drop Spider off at the spaceship with his family. Meanwhile, the colonel finds out that Jake is on the merchant's flying spaceship with his family. The colonel is really happy about this because now he can get rid of Jake along with his family. But before the colonel can reach them, a tribe of Navi called the Magwin, who live around the volcano and don't even respect Mother Eva, attacks the merchant's spaceship. The leader of this tribe is Warang, who is extremely dangerous. He and his tribe, they set fire to the spaceships. They loot them. They kill the survivors. Jake's wife gets an arrow in her leg, so she ends up separated from them in the forest. At the same time, Jake's 3 kids have also gotten separated from her. Spider's mask battery is running out. He doesn't have another mask because he left it on the merchant's spaceship, and if his mask battery dies, he'll die too. Meanwhile, Jake is shown with Spider's other mask. He's really worried about Spider. Yeah, but before he can reach Spider, the colonel gets to him first. The colonel wants to kill him. But Jake tells him that Spider only has one mask, and its battery is about to die. And if the battery dies, you know what'll happen to him. Spider is actually the colonel's son. That's why he decides to team up with Jake to find his son. Meanwhile, Spider's condition has gotten really bad. He's taking his last breaths. Jake's son had helped him up. Jake's daughter, Kiri, says he needs solid ground. She sets it aside. Right then, a flower from the tree of spirits appears. She removes the spider's flesh and places the flower inside the spider's mouth. The roots of the trees connect her to the spirit world. Her mind drifts to another realm, and after a short while, she faints. Everything falls silent. It seems like the spider has died, but the next moment, its eyes open. Mother Eva has used her powers to give it the ability to breathe on this planet. That means it no longer needs any flesh. Everyone is really happy. And while they're making all this noise out of joy, Warang arrives here with his tribe. When he sees Spider breathing without a mask, he's completely shocked. Someone tells him it's because of Mother Eva. But this tribe doesn't believe in Mother Eva. They mock her. Just then, Jake and the colonel show up. Jake tells the colonel, "Let me go, or this tribe is going to kill Spider." He tries to save Spider but ends up getting caught. After that, the colonel comes to save his son. He has a gun and is firing bullets. But he's quickly captured too, and now Warang wants to learn how to shoot the gun herself. So, she has to be taught how to use it, which makes her really happy. Now she tells her tribe that they don't need these people anymore and that everyone should be killed. But once again, Perkari connects with nature through the roots of the trees, and some plants attack Warang's tribe. Taking advantage of this moment, Jack, he opens his hands and, along with his kids and the colonel, escapes through the water route from here. On the other side, we see Jack's wife regaining consciousness. Actually, some of her old friends saved her, and now she wants to find her children. So, she sets out to look for them. Meanwhile, Jake tries to convince the colonel that he shouldn't harm this planet, but the colonel doesn't want to listen. Jake says, "I've raised your son, Spider, really well, and he'll never be like you." But the colonel doesn't see it that way. He thinks he's one of them too. He'll always stand by humans. The next morning, we're shown that Jake's wife manages to reach Jake and their family. Everyone's really happy about it. After that, Jake leaves with his family. The colonel also returns to his spaceship. Meanwhile, Kitty has a lot of questions running through her mind about how she made the spider able to breathe in this world. To find answers, she connects once again with the planet's powers. But she doesn't get any answers. So, she goes to her mom and dad and says she wants to know the whole truth. Then they tell her that she's actually Dr. Grace's daughter, who was a biologist. She was a really good person too. They had connected her to Mother Eve to try and save her, but it was too late. So, they couldn't save her. They found out that you were in her womb, which was kind of like a blessing from Mother Eve. You don't have a biological father. You're Mother Eve's daughter. And then Jake says, I don't care about any of that. You're my daughter, always. You'll always be my daughter. Then we see Jake's wife, who is really worried because humans are going to come looking for Spider. And no matter what, they find out how he's able to breathe on this planet without a mask. If they figure that out, humans will take over the planet completely, and gradually, all the Nasics will be killed. That's why she tells Jake they have to kill Spider. But Jake refuses because he sees Spider as his own son. Meanwhile, we see the ocean. Some people are shown who are still hunting that creature called Tulkun, because by extracting a special kind of liquid from its brain, they can extend human life. Meanwhile, the leader holds a meeting with his people and says that the biggest water creature, Pakin, is the reason humans are attacking us. Pakin had attacked their ship. That's why we won't let it stay around here anymore. He tells Pakin to leave this place. However, Jake's son doesn't want that because Pakin is his. He's a friend. He tells the leader that Pakin can fight alongside them. But Jake takes his son with him and says, if you had listened to me last time, your brother would still be alive. This really hurts his son because he already blames himself for his brother's death. That's why he leaves from there. In his grief, he wants to end his life. But then Giri arrives and explains that they need him, and he has to support them. Meanwhile, we see the colonel who is everywhere with his son. He's looking for Spider, but he can't find any trace of him anywhere. So, he goes to Warang, the leader of the Mangwang tribe. He brings a bunch of firearms and says, I want us to work together. Warang takes him along and explains that years ago, their tribe was attacked and was on the brink of extinction. She prayed to Maiwa, but they didn't help. After that, she prayed to fire, gained the power of fire. And since then, they worshipped fire above all. She says, I'm here to support you. There's no reason. Tell me, why did you come here? And now the colonel says he needs your help. Orang says okay, but in return, you'll basically be my servant. I use you for my pleasure. Like, she wants to get physically close to him. The colonel says I'll give you the best weapon in the world. Plus, you want to challenge Mother Eva. You won't find anyone better than me to help you with this. And now, these two come together. Meanwhile, Kiri and Spider. She's teaching him how to connect with the water creatures and nature. Actually, Kiri likes him. On the other hand, we see Jake's son who wants to go in search of the Tulkun. And when he's about to leave, the tribe leader's daughter goes with him because she likes him. When Jake finds out about this, he wants to go find his son. The tribe leader tells him, your son is very brave. You need to stay here to protect the tribe. So Jake stays here, and now, the colonel attacks this place. He catches Spider and now wants to attack the entire tribe. Jake and the whole tribe are in front of him. He tells Jake that he'll leave from here if Jake is ready to come with him along with his wife. Jake says if you attack us, we'll fight back too. Everyone will be killed. But if you want, I'm willing to go with you alone. The colonel agrees to this and takes Jake with him. They quickly reach the spaceship where all the Warangs are here too. A general comes and says she wants everyone to leave this place. But the colonel doesn't listen to her. Everyone celebrates their victory. At the same time, they examine the spider's body and find out that there's a strange change inside it, which lets it breathe on this planet. If they can replicate those changes in human bodies, then people could breathe here easily. Meanwhile, we see Jake's son and the leader's daughter. The one searching for Pakhan goes there, and just then, the fish attack him. But before they can kill Jake's son, Pakhan shows up again and saves him. Meanwhile, the humans find out that the day is coming soon. The day when all the Tulkun fish gather together. They plan to kill them all at once. But the biologist here doesn't agree with that because he knows it's totally wrong. On the other hand, we see Jake's wife, who disguises herself and comes to save Jake. She reaches Warang, holds a knife to his neck, and says, take me to Jack. But just then, the colonel shows up, and she has to run away. She ends up causing chaos all over the spaceship. Meanwhile, the biologist decides to side with Jack because he doesn't want all the Tulkun whales to be killed at once. He knows it's wrong. He frees Jack and tells him that if all the Tulkun whales gather together, humans will attack and kill them all. And if that happens, all the Tulkuns will be lost forever. They're going to disappear from this planet. And now Jack is running for his life. He hides behind a tank. The general orders an attack on him. But just then, Spider, who had run ahead and reached there, steps in front of the tank. He knows the humans won't attack him because he's the only one who's made it possible for them to understand how to breathe on this planet. Now Jack's wife also arrives, and together they all manage to escape from there. And now Jack finally understands that they have to kill the spider because if humans find out how to breathe on this planet, they'll take over the whole place. But his wife stops him, saying the spider saved Jake's life. Jake says he has no other choice. He takes the spider with him into the jungle and pulls out his dagger. But he can't bring himself to kill it because he sees it like his own son. His wife shows up there too, and the three of them hug each other and promise that no matter what happens, we'll always stick together. Now Jack climbs up the hills where Turuk lives. Turuk, the most dangerous bird that can fly in the sky, comes down with him and says, "Go to all the nearby tribes and tell them Turuk Maktu has called them. We need to come together and fight once again." And whenever they hear the name Latruk Maktu, everyone rushes to join him. But Jack knows that to take on humans, they'll need to get even stronger. That's why they go to Tulkun, the leader of the fish. They say they need our help. But Tulkun fish never attack others. That's why she says we have to find another way. Jack explains that if we don't stop them, they won't quit until they've hunted down the last Tulkun. Just then, Jack's son and the chief's daughter arrive, along with a badly injured Tulkun who's been attacked many times. The Tulkun says all my family were killed. Somehow, I survived. She left, and when the other Tulkuns see her in that state, they decide to side with Jake. They choose to fight against the humans. Actually, Pakin was kicked out because he attacked a human ship. But now everyone realizes they have to face the humans together. The next day, we see the colonel and general arrive with all their weapons to hunt the Tulkuns. But first, the Tulkuns' leader attacks them. In just a few moments, she takes down one of the human ships. The whole place gets completely destroyed. Jake and his gang start attacking the humans too. But then, the Mangwang tribe of the Warang, known as the Ash tribe, shows up and attacks Jake and his group. These guys are seriously tough fighters. It's not easy to beat them, which Ree realizes. She jumps into the water and connects with Mom Eva to get some help. Just then, Spider arrives, grabs her hand, and tries to connect with Meva. He does it. Meanwhile, Jake's little daughter also shows up, and now the three of them together ask their mom Eva for help. But just then, there's an explosion that cuts off their connection with Eva. Meanwhile, Warang and his tribe, who have the power of fire, burn the feathers of Jake's wife's bird, causing it to fall. They also kill Jake's biggest bird, Trick, making it fall too. The leader's wife, who's pregnant, is also injured. Jake reaches his injured wife and says, "Now you don't attack anyone. You need to take care of yourself." She tells Jake that the leader's wife is injured. She's pregnant. You have to save her. Quickly, let's bring her here. She's taking her last breaths. But before she dies, she gives birth to a baby. Just then, Jake's son arrives here too. Jake tells him, "You did a great job. Because of you, the Tulkuns sided with us. I'm proud of you." Meanwhile, Kiri is shown, still underwater. She connects with Meva. After that, a bunch of creatures rise up from the depths of the water, all following Kiri's every command. Now Krey orders them to take out all the enemies up top. Meanwhile, Jake's Turuk is still alive. He screams loudly, and suddenly, a flock of birds shows up and attacks the humans and the Warang tribe, the Mangwin. The general realizes they can't win this battle. She wants to get out of there but then finds out the spaceship's thrusters aren't working. That's why they decide that, except for the spaceship, they'll save themselves and run away from here. On the other side, we see the colonel and Warang, who have captured Jake's wife, his little daughter, and a newborn baby. He threatens Jake through the intercom, saying that if Jake doesn't bring Spider to him, he'll kill them all. Spider hears this and says he's coming to him soon. Soon, he's in front of the colonel. But just then, Jake arrives with Warang's men. He attacks from above. Here, Warang wants to kill Jake's wife. But just then, Kiri steps in front of him, connects with him, and says, "Mom Eva is more powerful than you." Warang also realizes Mom Eva's powers and runs away to save his own life. Meanwhile, the colonel is taking Spider away from here. But Jake chases after him, catches Spider, and brings him down. Now they're in a place with a super strong magnetic field. Falling there means death. And now the colonel arrives too. Who? Jake wants to attack him, but before he can, his son, the spider colonel, hits Jake's hand with a bow staff, injuring him. Then Jake attacks back. Both of them are fighting around these magnetic fields. Meanwhile, Spider is trying to set an arrow in the bow again, but he slips and is about to fall inside the magnetic field. The colonel sees this and grabs his hand to save him. Jake also has to step in to help, holding onto the colonel's hand, and now both of them are down below. They're hanging off the cliff. Jake pulls both of them up, and now Jake's wife and their kids show up, wanting to attack the colonel. Jake stops them from doing that. The colonel realizes he's already lost, so he jumps off the cliff and dies. Rack and his whole family are together again. After that, everyone goes underwater, where they connect with Mother Eva. Also, the tribe has accepted Puckin, who was previously sent far away from here. In the end, we see a line is heard, the light always returns. And with that, the story ends right here. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.